The drive continued for what seemed to be hours. Haniska slept with Octavia and Michael fussing on her chest. Preston gently reached over and kissed their foreheads. He made silly faces, sticking out his tongue, puffing his cheeks, and more. This made them giggle like he was the most hilarious person ever. Haniska stirred, one eye cracking open. She hummed, raising an eyebrow. Oh, I was just entertaining the babies, they were fussy, he mumbled, slightly embarrassed. She smiled, watching as her twins giggle and reach for Preston. Do you remember how we met? He asked. Haniska thought back. Oh yeah, it was a while back. We used to not know each other's names. You were just Baker Boy, Lucia was Bitch, Troy was Bottom, and I just didn't tell you anything about me, so you guys called me Ma'am. Haniska chuckled. I remember it was winter when I found out. You were like a little groundhog, hiding under the earth for warmth. You weren't awake, so I wrapped you up and brought you to Troy and Lucia. Then, we met Alexia, and Harvey. Now we also got Cherry and Willow and Elizabeth, Preston spoke. Troy honked his horn from behind. Looking up, there was a high school that was a bunker. 3 people came out and commanded everyone out. Haniska gathered the twins and they all came out with their hands up to show peace. Well, Haniska had her arms full and the twins were asleep. Inspections happened in tents. Everyone passed, especially the twins who charmed everyone with their little faces and giggles. A boy came out with black hair with a braid in the front, green eyes, a black tank top, ripped jeans and a red flannel around his waist. He seemed to be more calm rather than mad. My name is Theodore. This is the bunker, we don't really have a name yet. You all passed, so you can bunker here and join our group, if you want, he offered. He seemed more like a golden retriever than anyone actually scary. Are you gay? Because you look gay, Troy said bluntly, not really having a filter. Yes, I am gay. The co-boss of this place is my boyfriend, Zeke. Theodore exclaimed, not really bothered by his blunt question. He seemed excited to tell everyone he had a boyfriend, like a little kid who'd be excited to tell you about the random bug he found in his mother's garden. So I guess you need a tour, or do you guys think you got it? Theodore asked. The group agreed. Octavia just babbled and Michael just drooled. Where are you, stupid bitch? Kian hissed, shining his flashlight around. Isabella watched from above. The basement had an open ceiling with beams she could balance on. Kian's flashlight circled around her containment unit. The protective bulletproof window had been shattered and broke. If it weren't for Zeke and Theo, I would have already killed you. Kian said, making sure that wherever she was, she'd hear him. A drop of drool fell from above behind Kian. He whipped around, looking around, slightly more panicked, because drool meant she was hungry. After a while, he calmed down and walked around. He crouched down. He noticed the drool was burning slightly through the floor like it was acid. Kian grit his teeth and pulled out his gun. A bolt-action rifle known for high precision and manual operation. A small snarl came from above, but due to it being a basement, it echoed and seemed to have no direct location. Kian aimed his gun up at the ceiling and shot. In the next moment, a foot was through his torso. He looked up and saw Isabella, her foot and leg through his torso. A thorough and strong stomp. She lifted her foot up again. Kian let out a choked groan and aimed his gun at her head. A shot fired. It was in vain since the next stomp came. His head exploded, blood spraying. Isabella laughed, even though she was crying. Her sanity was getting messed up. The door opened. Isabella went pale, looking up timidly. Anya stood there, a smile on her face. She noticed the body and her face went stoic. She left and returned with a hacksaw and a trash bag. I won't tell anyone, Anya stated. She cut up the body and put it into the bag. She threw the corpse to a horde of infected. She patted Isabella's head. Anya sprayed her down with water to wash the blood off her and the floor. Walking by, they noticed a group of kids that would be their tour guides. One had dirty blonde hair with moss-green eyes. Another had dyed red fading to black hair with eye contacts that made their eyes fade from purple to yellow with patches of vitiligo. Another stood with dirty blonde hair with purple fading to blue bangs and eye contacts that made her eyes look purple. Another had dark brown eyes, 2 eyes that were brown but different shades and patches of vitiligo. Finally, there was a boy with dirty blonde hair, mist gray eyes, patches of vitiligo and darker skin stood there. Theodore spoke up, "These are your tour guides for this place. Charlotte, Kai, Che, Evelyn, and finally, Andrew." Haniska nodded. The others agreed to the tour. It was kinda boring as they walked. Andrew, sensing the boredom, spoke. "I did drag once, before this. My drag name was Diva Deja." Everyone perked up, interested. "I once did a cover of Losing Streak," Andrew stated. "That Hazebin Hotel song?" Haniska asked, raising an eyebrow. Andrew nodded. "Sing a verse, I dare you," Preston chanted playfully.
It's been so very long since Lady Luck kissed you. Still you listen for her song and pray that she missed you. Dead inside, 'cause you know it's all pretend. Close your eyes, 'cause you're going off the deep end again. You're living for the rush, for that royal flush.
"You're good at singing," Lucia admitted. "Hey, now that I think about it, do you want an actual outfit and shoes? And possibly a rinse down?" Kai asked, motioning to Lucia. "Absolutely," Lucia stated. "And what's with the blindfold?" Charlotte asked. "I have albinism, so my eyes are light sensitive. Super not helpful when you can't always be inside at these times, but it's somewhat sheer so I can still see," Lucia replied. Charlotte nodded, walking alongside Lucia. Baby hissed slightly and Troy caught up. His hand brushed against her, as if he was slightly jealous. Lucia held his hand tightly, gently squeezing. Troy smiled, gently swinging their hands. Haniska chuckled. Preston was too busy trying to not get peed on by Michael. Alessia was cooing over Octavia. Alexia was recording, loving the little bonding moment. Kai returned with a new outfit for them. A turtleneck that wasn't thick but practical, cargo pants, a thigh harness to hold knives, socks, boots and an optional hoodie. Lucia thanked her, heading to change into the new outfit. Stay tuned for the next part.